Today I'm going to show you how to paint this beautiful rose in watercolor. For our member of enjoyingart.com, I'm looking forward to seeing you in our fun and relaxing Friday painting together. If this is your first time to our channel, it's all about making art easy with relaxation. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification. First, let me tell you the brushes that I'm using. I only use two brushes. One is a flat brush. It's gold here. Okay. Take care of the brush. Just use the two fingers. Right. Just softly massage it every time before you start using it. Okay. Now the hair very soft. Also remove all the bubble, all the air inside the brush here. Now the brush is ready to use. That's very sharp over here, very organized. And this is the calligraphy brush. The calligraphy brush can use for medium and small shapes. And the tip is very sharp, so it's very easy to control. So let's first draw the rose, the egg shape. Start over here and coming over here. And coming down in here. Capture the space for the egg shape, almost like a circle, right in the middle of the paper. Capture the general shape. Okay, the next thing. We're going to draw a smaller shape in the middle over here, almost like an egg shape as well. A little bit lower over here, about like this much. Now what I want to do, I'm going to start from the middle over here, right? I'm going to draw this line coming down from the top to here. Draw one line. And then I'm going to draw a little big shape outside of this, like this. So you know which one I'm drawing? Okay, I'm going to coming in over here. Like that. I'm going to draw that part. Start from one point. You want to get an overall control, understanding the logic. Now I'm going to draw this one next to it. Now this one is not all the way to the top, only here. Now I'm going to have it come in like that. Here you go. I'm going to draw this part. Now I'm going to stop there, right over there. It's kind of like I'm doing the angular measurement from this part coming up over here. Okay, like that. Up within that little circle. Now I'm going to draw a little bit line like this first. Coming over here. I'm going to have another line over here, coming over here. Making it dizzy because there's so many things. You just have to think about how I'm going to create a logic or understand the logic. Now coming on this side. Like that. Now this is the middle. The really inner part of the rose. Here you go. Now the rest become very easy. The first step of this painting process, we're not looking at each petal, but we're gonna looking at the connection between those petals. Now I'm gonna just use my large brush. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a light red color. Here you go. This is good. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna painting it from here. Coming down, I'm gonna do a little bit faster. Okay, like this. Here you go. Like that. I'm going to use the other side to soften the transition. But I'm going to use very much the same color going down over here. Okay, coming over here. Now from here on this petal, and it has no light. So I'm just going to painting that. Leave a little light over here on the outside. There's no light. Okay, just painting that. Okay, I'm going to quickly get a little bit more red color over here. Here you go. Now I'm kind of coming over here, right? Painting that from here to here. This is all connected. Okay, this is no light, and this is no light shape. I'm gonna just put that right in here, connected. And from here to here, there's no light shape. It's just painting around over here. And a little bit quicker. But by having this 1-inch flat brush, it makes your painting speed much faster. On this side, there's no light until you hit this area. Okay, like that. So we want you to find and connect, having the thing connected. I'm gonna put it over here. Now see a little bit shape over here. Now like that. Here you go. Now I'm gonna connect that together. Okay, and now on this side, this is not much light area, but it's gonna gradually turn a little bit lighter. But in fact, the whole area over here, it is a little bit kind of like, even this area is not really has much light shape. Gonna painting the whole thing like this. Okay, and I'm gonna just use the water to soften it a little bit in that petal. Okay, like that. A little bit soft, a little petal, but don't touch the outside. Try not to touch the outside. Like that. Now I have a nice transition right over here. Now that's good. I have that. So only thing need to careful about is where's the other light area. I'm going to use a little bit more water. Okay, use a little bit more water. Let's take a look over here. I'm going to just use the corner over here so I can leave the light shape. I'm going to put it over here. You see that? Inside over there, there's a light shape, but outside over here, there's no light shape. I'm going to keep going. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to leave that shape. In this step, you try to find the connections. I'm going to lift up a little light shape. Now here you go. You see that? You can do the lifting. Make it a little, return a little light. That's fine. Now we are coming into the middle of the flower, so we use the calligraphy brush because the shape is a little bit smaller. From here, I'm going to wet each petal first. I'm going to put it over here. Okay, coming over here, one petal at a time. Now, I'm going to take a look over here. I'm going to take the little red color. Now, here you go. Now, I'm going to start over here because the water, it make it softer, bleeding. Okay, now I'm going to come over here. Here you go. Put a little bit red and coming over here to this side. Now, I'm going to add this, make this side a little bit darker. Now also, and in the middle over here, I'm going to put something really dark. So I'm going to take a lot of red color. See that? I'm going to put that right in here. That's good. Now I'm going to go to totally the other side. Now I'm going to wet this one. Okay, I'm going to wet this one first. Okay, right over here. And wet it. That's use totally different kind of thinking and different kind of techniques. Okay, I'm gonna wet the area. That's good, good enough. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little bit light red color. I'm gonna start over here. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna come over here. Now only painting in the middle, the closer inside, so it look a little bit more quicker change of value like that. Now I'm gonna clean the brush. It's just going to make it into a flat brush. Now here you go, like that. Come to this side. Now I have a nice transition from dark to light. Right? Maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna get a little bit more. I push it down, make it look like act as a flat brush. That's good. Right? Now in the middle over here, I can put a little bit more red. No, don't make everything so dark red. Just a little bit. Okay, right over here. Just tap on it. That's good enough. Right? And I'm gonna clean my brush and just leave the color a little bit, make it a little bit softer. That's good. So I'm gonna come into this petal. Just going around to find something that you can do. And I'm gonna wet this area. Right, look at that. And here you go. I'm gonna come closer over here. Now, that's still a little wet. That's fine. Okay, coming over here. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this little red color, start over here. You see that? Create a contrast between this and that. Okay, that's good. Okay, now coming around over here. That's good. Like that. And coming in the middle. Okay, like that. And put a little color over here as it would. That's good. Now open the brush and tap on over here, make a little transition, lead it over. Okay. And what I'm going to do next, I think I'm going to come back to add a little color. How about add a little color, a little bit more into here. I'm going to set this a little color into here because this look a little bit deeper like that. And then this color can come in over here. Okay, now I'm going to use the water, soften that, coming out like this. Here you go. Like that. And softly, just make it into a flat brush. Okay, that's good. Softly, have this color gradually coming in here. Now I'm going to use the water to soften this color. Here you go, like that. And here you go. Now I'm coming around over here and coming to the other side. I'm going to just wet this with this light red color. And now I'm going to looking for the connection. You see that? This whole thing over here, including here, now is in the similar value. See that? When you see this connect together, and even though later I'm still going to separate them, but right now at this point they're in the similar value. I'm going to coming down all the way over here and coming over here too. Now I want you to really watching this and going around this side. And now I'm going to use the water to blend it around. Okay, like this. I'm going to have a little bit like that. And here you go. Now I'm going to just use the water to soften the outside. Now what you're seeing, the area that I wet, use the water to do the masking, is pretty dark red color. You see, I'm going to put it right here. You see, coming over here. And this pretty dark red color coming over here. And coming pretty dark red color over here. And this also a little red. So now I'm going to come in. I don't want this kind of texture, so I use the calligraphy brush, act as a flat brush. Now I'm going to smooth this a little bit like that. And we'll come back to add some deeper color. But that edge, I want to make sure it had protected. Keep it as a white color. Okay, like that. That's one area at a time. Okay. And now we're gonna looking inside over here. You see the whole side over here, it actually have a very smooth from light dark. I'm gonna take this, put over here. See that? I'm gonna put it right here. Here you go, right here. And going around and coming around over here. Here you go, like that. That's good. Okay, I'm gonna do one petal at a time. So I'm gonna use the water, shape it a little bit, flat brush. Now I'm gonna start from here. Now making sure you leave the white gap on the top over here. And maybe too much water, so I'm gonna just let go that too much water. I'm gonna just coming over here, lift it up a little bit. Now I have a nice transition from a little light coming down a little bit darker. But don't try to finish the whole thing at once. And now I'm gonna put this color also in this petal like that. See that? That's nice, from dark to light. And also inside over here has a very dark red color. Here you go, like this. And on the other side. And I'm going to do it like this. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to see that a little transition from darker red to lighter red. Here you go. Connect that onto this side and connect that into the middle over here. That's good. Now I'm going to let go too much red. And here you go. Come back over here. I'm going to soften that edge a little bit. And painting flowers are about recognize the shape and recognize the logic between those different petals. Okay, here you go. The better off you don't think is flowers, is thinking about, because that would affecting you to recognize those elements and the connection. Now, like that. Now, inside over here, you can put some darker red color and just put it right in here. Here you go. Don't put too much color. And a little bit over here. And we can come back to do a little bit more. So, no need to try to do the whole thing at once, because they're going to be less fun for us. Okay. Right, now that is good. Now I'm going to actually coming back over here to do it second time. Now it's already dry. Now I'm going to make the bottom over here a little bit darker, like that. And we're just going to use the water. Open the calligraphy brush and act as a flat brush. Okay, now I'm going to have it looking at the texture coming this way and just blend it like that. That's good. Perfect. Now I'm gonna come to inside over here. You can also see the connection between those petals. And there's only one area over here in the top. There's a light. And the rest looks like in the shadow, like the whole thing over here. And see a little bit light shape over here. And actually it's not much light shape. Is this almost like this coming along this whole area become the same group. You see that? This whole area. And lift that a little bit light shape over here. I'm using this light red color as a masking. Okay, I'm gonna coming around over here. That's the whole thing over here can be a little bit dimmer. This whole thing over here can be a little bit dimmer. Okay, like that. You just have to see that, see the priority, see the connection between the different petals. And this all connect together, okay? This also connect together as well, because that is not so light. I'm going to connect that right over here, like that. Okay, that's good. Like that, there's a little separation, like that. Now, and then inside over here also a little bit darker, okay? I can see this. That's a little bit darker. Okay, the whole thing over here. Oh, I almost killed the light shape over here. A little bit light shape, like that. And but this a little bit not as light. I'm gonna have that the middle over here has a little light shape. And that is it, right? So I'm going to group this all together. So you don't want to have a light everywhere, okay? You want to kill some of the light. Okay, over here. Now I'm going to come back to the outside over here. Now I'm going to make this a little bit more smoother. Now I'm gonna have this too. I'm gonna make that a little bit darker. Now you can use the calligraphy brush, can do lots of rendering and very precisely. Okay, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna come back to that a little bit later because I let it dry before I come back. I'm gonna take a little bit light red color, put in the outside over here. Now is the good time. Wow, that's a one brush stroke. See that? Because of the calligraphy brush is so long here. See that? Gradually turn into blending. Okay, like that. Like that, blending. Look at that. Coming along over here. Now I'm gonna coming in here. Ready. We're gonna put some darker red in here. Ready. And put the darker red color right over here. I believe that already dried. Okay. I'm gonna painting outside here. But you're gonna see the connection between those. Okay. That's a little light. But in here, coming along over here, you go. Now coming over here and have a little bit separation over there. And you can see. Now I'm going to put the inside over here a little bit softer, make a little red. Now coming around over here, here you go, like that. So sometimes you just press the brush a little bit more so that you actually create the connection, create the blending a little bit faster. Okay, like that. I'm going to just use the water, making that a little bit softer. Now I'm going to come back to make that a little bit softer first. Come back to get a lot more red. You see that? I'm going to put the red over here, right in the edge and the inside, really deep area, like right over here. Now I'm going to also use the brush, push it down. Okay, that's good. And pushing it down, coming over here, and here you go. I'm going to use a little bit more red. I'm pushing it down over here. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. A little bit separation, a little bit line over here. Make a separation. Okay, that is good. Over here, I kind of extensively extend it. That's okay. It's just water. Just come in over here and remove it. And this calligraphy brush have enough flexibility. It can lift up the color very easily. Now I'm going to get away from this side. I'm going to come back to the other side. It's still waiting for that to dry. So I'm going to come over here to make that a little bit darker. A little bit darker red. Right, here you go. Like that. Just keep having fun. Okay, have that red color coming over here. That's good. Wow, that's so far so good. Now I'm gonna working into this shape. I'm gonna have this a little bit darker first. And this shape. Looking at that. This shape. Now I'm gonna get a little bit lighter by having some water extended up over there. Just a very soft brush. That's good. Like that. That's good. Now come back to the bottom over here. Get a little bit red color. Now come back in here. Okay, I want to make this a little bit darker. Okay, here you go. Get a little bit darker. And just looking at where is the tip of the brush pointing, that is the darker area, like that. Have a little separation, and including this area is going to have some gradient colors. Okay, from light going to a little bit darker and darker, coming down over here. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit softer. Connect that in here. That's good. All right. Even the dog is so happy. Okay, I'm gonna have that a little bit red color coming in here. Here you go. Now I'm going to add that to it. That's good. I'm going to have this color connect to inside here. Oh, we forgot this area. This also need a little bit transition, a little bit lighter over here. Here you go, like that. That's good. Everything need to be well described. Okay, in the bottom over here, I'm gonna have a little bit corner over here. Now here you go. So a little bit like that. A little bit over here, darker over here. Now I'm gonna come into have another overlay wash, and you know the translucent color. Every time is just make it a little bit darker. Now take a look at this petal. It's darker than the color underneath. So I'm gonna put that over here, and it will make it separation. Now see that if I keep doing that, and there is gradually blended already. Okay, over here I'm gonna have a little connection. Over here I'm gonna have that a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit more red, and that's coming here. Now I'm gonna start just use the brush, just from darker turn into lighter, or lighter turn into darker. Okay, like that. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have beautiful blending over here too. Have a lot of beautiful blending, but you don't want to make the contrast everywhere so much. Okay, just somewhere. So you need to obey some of the design and hierarchy of. Okay, that's good. Right there. That's already, ooh, look at that, the flower get together. Pretty cute, huh? Okay, this a little texture. I might well just going to soften that a little bit. I'm gonna let go the texture over here. Okay, a little bit softer. Okay, we'll come back there a little bit later. Here you go. Use the large brush. It's so easy. Here you go. Now get that square away. Okay, that's good. That's good, right? You got to use the right tools. You know, some brushes just can't give you that purpose, that function. Okay, that's good. Now we're gonna get away from here. Now I see that this, I was thinking about the paint under it. Oh, we still can paint it, because now underneath over here a little bit separate. I'm gonna have it here like this. You see that? Ooh, nice. Now make this right underneath. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. How about that? A little bit darker, but not really bright. So get a little blue color, connect to it like this. Here you go. Ew, that's good. Okay. Like that. And then let that soft. That's okay. Now come back over here. Now I'm gonna just get a little red color, just a little bit, okay? Just coming over here, you can create a separation. You don't really need lots of colors. It's just enough to show it is not the same petal. Okay, like that, connect in here. Okay, just use the brush, just moving it. That's good. Over here, I'm gonna have a little bit more red, a little bit darker over here. See that? A little bit darker. Here you go. Now I'm gonna take a look at on this side. Also coming over a little bit on this side, coming over. Okay, that's good. Again, on this side, a little bit easier turning, like that. Okay, like this. Good. Now we're going to go into inside over here. It's already dry. Now I'm going to come in inside over here. Here you go. And look at this area, the whole area here, put it dark. I'm just gonna put this dark color. Yeah, right there. I'm gonna soften the edge in a few seconds. So first, gonna put this color in here. That's good. A little dark color over here, showing that's the petal turning. And look at the bigger shape. Okay, over here, there's a whole shape over here. The whole shape. You see that? This inside over here also have smaller shape. But you're looking for the whole shape before looking at the smaller shape. Like that. That's good. And I'm gonna have a little bit on this side. Like that too. That's good. I'm gonna separate that inside those shapes. I'm gonna make this shape a little bit more interesting. Coming in like this. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit shape over there. A little bit over here. And this whole thing over here. Be patient. There's a few shape over here. And a little shape over here. And a little shape over here. And maybe too much separation. In that case, you need to find a connection between those. Maybe they should be together. Okay, right there. It's a little big shape. Right here. You go. There's another shape. Another triangle inside over here. That's good. A little bit color on the corner over here. Okay, we're almost there. And there's a couple separation. Okay. Now, all right, I'm gonna come in over here. Just use the water, okay, softly. Merge that together. Merge that together. That's pretty good. And on this side, we're gonna come over here too and separate that a little bit. And here you go, like that. And have some really darker red color. And seeing that little big shape over here. That's that beautiful. Yeah, like that. Now I'm gonna come here to in the middle over here. Just use the water. Now I'm gonna see that the water would bleed the color and gradually turn around. Okay, in here I'm gonna soften that, make it be part of this. Okay, be part of the big shape. Okay, like that. Here you go. That's good. Like that. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna have the little bit softer transition down over here. Just add a little bit light red color. Connect that over. That's good. And the edge and the bottom over here. Make it a little bit darker over here too. Now I'm gonna come back into this area. Go. Here you go. I'm gonna have a little bit more. Like that. And also use a little light gray line and showing the catch the shadow. Like seeing that? That is the last thing we are doing. Okay, like this.